feel like I'm not normal when I talk to a lot of other people because I don't feel like they have a lot of the same interests. I made $30,000 within a month before I ever hit the age of 21, and I have the bank statements and all that shit. Good morning, people. How are you guys doing today? I'm turning the light on. And I'll be quite honest, I can't see how well you guys can see me. My phone's on grayscale right now. Matter of fact, I should probably turn this the other way because I'm recording a vlog. Okay, so currently in my house right now. How are you guys doing today? I know this whole vlogging thing is kind of new, right? It's not something that I've been doing, so, shit. So it's definitely not something I'm not gonna be good at, for real, you feel me? But I talk to myself a lot anyway, so I'm just gonna consider this a part of my life now, I guess, you know what I mean? But, the reason I can't see what color my screen is because I have it grayscaled out, which I'm also gonna be talking about. So recently, I started a new subreddit called API Developers. Right, so give me a second. I'm trying to like roll this blunt right now, so give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, so I made that group chat, but really what I wanted to talk to you guys about is recently my whole absence. Honestly, it stemmed from a construction business. I don't think I've made any videos about that, but I'll explain. Also, if you're noticing the new scenery, it's because the business actually went well, which is why I'm in this house. This house used to be my aunt's house, and kind of just took over the rent and started, just doing our thing in the crib. But let's talk about it, construction. Okay, so long story short, my last video, I kind of explained what happened and, kind of the whole spiel. Well, not my last video, but the video, I don't even know the title, to be honest, where I explained like the whole thing that happened with me and my mom and my dad, you know what I'm saying, the whole getting to Jacksonville thing. So from there, honestly, it went great. We started a construction business. Things went great. Honestly, I should make a video about it. If I wanted to be one of these like YouTube guru dudes, I could honestly be a fake guru at this point because I actually have the real results to do it. I have Facebook ad results, I have physical cash results, you know what I mean, and I have the actual the interpersonal relationships with businesses that we've developed. But let's start from the beginning, right? So in the beginning, I came to Jacksonville and we kind of were just fishing for shit. I was working bullshit jobs at first, you know what I'm saying? The typical teenager. I wasn't a teenager when I got there. I was about 20 maybe. So the typical teenager or the typical 20-year-old bullshit, you know what I'm saying, job to job. And it was honestly one of those things where I was just so frustrated because I was working at a job to where I was only getting paid 13, 14 bucks an hour. And I was like, okay, I'm 20 years old. If you told me this would have happened to me a year ago, I'd be like, I don't believe you. I got kicked out of my house. I got kicked out of the Air Force. And then I got booted to Jacksonville, where I worked at a hotel, Stable Suites, for about 13, 14 bucks an hour. Right? Shitty time. Things happen. But eventually we came up with the idea of seal coating. At least my father did. And he was like, okay, we're gonna look into this. He looked into it. Me personally, I don't know anything about construction. My father is a foreman, electrician. I don't know shit about construction. My father put me onto that. But as soon as he put me onto that, it was like a gas and a match. You know what I mean? I set up that website, or we set up the Facebook ads. He gave me a budget of about 200 bucks. Mind you, I have my own money as well, but he specifically gave me 200 bucks and was like, okay, use this to fish for potential clients and leads. And that's exactly what I did, right? So every day I would go to work and I worked at I was a receptionist for a hotel. I may post some pictures here, you know what I'm saying, me in my little uniform, whatever. But I was a receptionist. You know, the money wasn't terrible, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I liked the job, one, because literally we were staying at the same hotel. So literally I could walk out of my room and within 3 minutes of walking, I'd be in my workplace, you know? So perfect. But every day I would go there, I would bring my computer, right? This is a crazy perk of the job. I could actually use my computer on the job because the way a receptionist at a hotel works, you're not always busy, right? So during my downtime, I would look up, learning more about Facebook ads. I had already had some knowledge from starting an e-commerce business. So definitely for younger entrepreneurs, I would definitely say start early, like super early, because you'll have a leg up in terms of knowing what to do, tools to do, the networking, right? But essentially, we came across the idea of seal coating. My mom had texted, I'm sorry. But yeah, so the business started with just 200 bucks and me fishing ideas on Facebook, fishing for leads. I had set up ads. I had set up high quality ads, mind you. High quality ads. That's the whole key of shit like this. So I set them up, and within 2 days, within 24 hours, we had 3 leads. Within 24 hours, and spending less than $20, we had 3 leads. That if one of those closed, mind you, at the time we didn't know how the seal coating prices or anything worked. This was one of those things where we proved we had a concept of idea, we proved the concept in terms of interest, and then we executed it in terms of business. And that's exactly how it worked from the beginning, and it worked perfectly. We were in Jacksonville, but advertising in Atlanta, and we literally, as soon as we started getting clients, I was a little scared, at least leads. I was a little scared because, one, I didn't know the business. I didn't know how to talk to people about the business because I didn't know. I was at that point just an analytical head. You know what I mean? Just putting ads together, running a KPI, shit like that, trying to make the ads monitor, or trying to almost use an e-com like logic with construction service-based ads, which honestly I would say is the secret. If you have any construction knowledge and e-com knowledge, combine those two and you will be a rich man. Trust me, you'll be a rich man. The long and short of it, and I will make another video on this probably, but the long and short of it is, I currently am 21. I turned 21 a few days ago, December 9th. But before I turned 21, I made our last month in business, before, you know what I'm saying, the winter hit, I made $30,000 within a month before I ever hit the age of 21. Because one thing we also thought about was this is a seasonal business, right? So in seasonal business, you can't do certain things when it gets too cold, and seal coating, you can't seal coat below about 50 degrees. So this is one of those things to where we got the leads. Matter of fact, I don't even know. Let me backtrack. Our first lead, let's put this in a way. Our first lead was actually a millionaire who I eventually closed, and whose phone number I still have today and still talk to occasionally. And we closed that deal for around, at the first time it was $27,000. So my first commercial deal that I ever constructed was $27,000. Later that got reduced down to 7,000 something, I forgot, maybe 8, I don't fucking know. I think 7,000 something, I think it was. But if I remember, I'll show the check stuff. But that was my first commercial deal that I ever negotiated in my life at the age of 20. With a gas and oil and energy millionaire, excuse me. And he liked us so much to the point where he was trying to give us more work. So I say this to say that, I don't know, man, like, I don't know. My last few days, or last few months in life have been kind of crazy in terms of life, man. In terms of highs and lows, things I've learned. I don't know, it's crazy, man. And a lot of the times I feel like I'm not normal when I talk to a lot of other people because I don't feel like they have a lot of the same interest. I made $30,000 before I ever hit the age of 21. So, at least in a month. I made $30,000 within a month before I ever hit the age of 21. And I have the bank statements and all that shit to back it up. I can post those, you know what I mean? And I probably will up here just because people think I always cap. Well, nobody really thinks I cap. I just don't like I don't like when people think I'm a liar. I don't like to be thought of as a liar. So when I say shit like this, people may think I'm lying, people may think whatever. And currently I actually have a job, and I even tell people this. And I don't know. I don't know if they believe me or not. I honestly don't care. But it's one of those things where, like, once you touch that kind of money at a very young age, it makes you rethink your whole life. Because a lot of people go their whole life without ever seeing that type of money. You know what I mean? So once you're lucky enough to do that very young and do it repeatedly, it's one of those things where you have to keep a hold of it. So that's where, you know what I'm saying, staying down comes into handy. Because really, bro, with this business shit, it's a journey. So you got to stay down with it. There's always going to be peaks and valleys. One month we made 20-some thousand. There was a day where we made 11,000. There was a day where we made $11,000 of about 3-4 days of work. And mind you, those 3-4 days weren't like 8-hour days of work. No, those are maybe like 4 to 6 hours each. You know what I mean? So like, once you do that and you schedule out your own things, like this is basically just me and my dad off the cuffing it, hiring people, getting shit done. You know what I mean? And there's jobs we fucked up. There's 100% jobs we fucked up. Our first job was a complete fail, and one day I want to talk about that. But right now, I'm gonna go smoke this blunt and probably blow my nose. And you know, I enjoy talking to myself. Sometimes I think I talk to myself too much. I even do this at work, and it's not good. Yeah, I definitely, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this vlogging thing. It gives me a chance to get my thoughts out. I feel like I never really get to talk to people and have them actually understand what I say, because I don't feel like when I talk about at least stuff like this, it comes off as bragging, or it comes off as, I don't know, something, and it rubs people, at least my age, the wrong way, and it makes them feel a type of way, and it doesn't allow the conversation to be pure. You know what I mean? So I definitely like the aspect of vlogging to where I can just talk to the camera. I feel like the camera understands me, I guess, and I feel like whoever's out there could potentially understand me. But I want to end this by saying, I definitely think a lot of people should start business. I definitely think that. I currently am in Atlanta. This is the place of black business. I plan to, at some point in my life, have a road construction business. Even though I've never thought in my life I would say that. I'm the tech startup guy. I'm the build this, scale it guy. You know what I mean? I want to do that. I want to build something. I want to code it myself. I want to have a team. I want to start it up. I want to scale it. I want to get my rounds. You know what I'm saying? Funding. I'm that type of guy, right? I've never thought in my life I'd be a construction guy. But construction money is one of those things to where it's never gonna run out because the demand is there. And it's always going to have to be supplied by the government. It's almost like how Lockheed Martin's too big to fail, construction is too big to fail. So even though there's a billion construction companies, Maker is the biggest one, you know what I mean? So that's probably where I'm going to end this. I'm going to go smoke a little bit of my blunt, and I hope you guys have a nice one. I enjoyed talking to you, and see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys.